You are watching Imagisport, giving you a unique variety of tabletop sports action. One, and here's his finisher, the Ziesta Cobra Clutch Sleeper Hold, 11 to 53. It is a 52. Al Rose fights and fights and fights, but guess what? He goes nighty-night. He does not answer the ref's count. Ref calls for the bell, and ladies and gentlemen, we have our first OSWA television champion, your winner by a submission, the man called Z. So with that in mind, let's go to the post-match, and we're going to go to Highlight Reel X. And this roll is an 11, which means a trip over to the next page, Highlight Reel Y. And a 65. The commissioner schemes to improve the standing of the choice wrestler. Oh boy, I see where this is going here. The commissioner, now if you remember in previous weeks, the commissioner has shown some favoritism to Z on and off. Now there was a time there where we thought, well, maybe he is impartial, and he wasn't in Z's back pocket, but apparently it looks like he is in Z's back pocket once again, because he comes out, he gladly straps the OSWA Television Championship on Z and says, this is my guy. This is my guy. He's going to be the future of the OSWA. And with that, Z's TV grade gets up 2 letter grades. So guess what? He becomes the OSWA's first AAA TV grade wrestler. Imagisport presents Old School Wrestling, featuring the stars of the Old School Wrestling Association. All OSWA matches are simulated using Face to the Mat from Play Games. You can order your own copy of Face to the Mat along with various wrestler card sets by going to the Play Games website at www.play.com. Now, let's go to the OSWA studios.
Hello there and welcome to Old School Wrestling here on Imagisport. I'm Derek Jones. Great to have you along for the ride today as we head into episode number 9 of this series. We have an action-packed show for you today, including 2 championship matches. As you saw in the introduction, the man called Z became our first OSWA television champion in our last show. Can he hold on to the belt, which will be defended on every OSWA broadcast? We'll find out later as Z will defend for the first time against Steve America. Now that's a main event anywhere in the world, but not on this show, because the World Tag Team Championships will also be at stake today. It'll be a rematch from Initiation, as the Good Old Boys will defend the titles against the Blue Collar Mafia team of Nick Kanicki and Dan Hammer. But this time, the manager of the Blue Collar Mafia team, Roger the Welder Elder, and the Good Old Boys' good buddy, Gaylord T. Good, both of them will be barred from ringside for this match. So we will see once and for all who the championship tag team will be. Also, later in the broadcast today, you're going to see Yefeni Alakeed's new anti-American tag team combination of Captain Black and Chief Wahoo. Again, that will be later. And also, for the first time ever, our host of the Ringside Lounge, Copacetic, will see action in the ring. As you recall, last week, Copacetic came to blows with the commissioner in the Ringside Lounge, challenged the commissioner to a match at OSWA Revenge. The commissioner then gave him an ultimatum. Yeah, you can have my match if you can prove yourself in the ring. If you prove yourself worthy, then yeah, sure, we'll have a match. But if you don't, then you're going to be out of here, and I'm going to find a new host for the Ringside Lounge. So we'll see how that plays out. As a matter of fact, Copacetic is heading to the ring at this very moment. So let's go to the OSWA studio and see Copacetic in action for the very first time. And our first event here in Old School Wrestling is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Fortuna, California, weighing in at 235 pounds. This is Copacetic. And so here comes the commissioner. As you recall, the commissioner has an ultimatum that Copacetic needs to put up or shut up and start performing in the ring to prove his worth here in the Old School Wrestling Association. And here is the commissioner's hand-picked opponent for tonight. He hails from Dixon, Tennessee, weighing in at 260 pounds. This is Honky Tonk, Hank McPhee. So Hank McPhee, one of the more disgruntled members of the OSWA roster, always seeming to have a chip on his shoulder, is going to go up against Copacetic. That's the commissioner's hand-picked opponent tonight. So let's go ahead and do the pre-match, see what happens here. And we're going to go to highlight reel O, and it's going to be a 55, which means highlight reel T is where we are going to go to next. And then from there, 52. The Hotbox Ally of the underdog wrestler protests disinformation, sets the record straight, increased the TV grade of both the ally and the underdog wrestler. So there is somebody standing up for Copacetic, and that somebody is Croc Wilson, who happens to be one of Hank McPhee's rivals in this organization. So Croc Wilson is going to be in Copacetic's corner for this match, and as a result, TV grades are going to change here. Copacetic is going to be increased from an E back up to a D. Give him a little bit of a fair shake here. And then Croc Wilson, he will go from a D to an A. So Croc Wilson pats Copacetic and goes to the back. Referee gives their final instructions, and we're underway with this edition of Old School Wrestling. And our first quality check is for the favorite. Neither one has the favorite, so we're going to go to Smart. Both of them have Smart, so Copacetic, being the underdog, will get the point for evading his opponent. And is Copacetic agile? He sure is, for 2 more points with a flying arm scissor. And now we go to grudge grades. That's going to be Hank McPhee, 2 points there for a palm strike. And now we go to help, and guess what? Copacetic is helped by his buddy Croc Wilson. So let's bring him back down here, and we're going to go to highlight reel M for this. So highlight reel M. Take our page here, and it's going to be a 43. The mate delivers the opponent's specialty on the opponent. So Croc Wilson gives Hank McPhee a taste of his own medicine, that fiddlestick or hot toss in reverse, and Copacetic is going to get 2 points out of it. So how about that for a turn of events here? So back we go. Does Copacetic have an object? Well, he does not. So, but he is Hank McPhee helped. McPhee is not necessarily helped in this situation, although he's the commissioner's hand-picked opponent. It's not like the commissioner is on his side or anything, so we will just play on here. Copacetic is quick, 3 more points for him for a turnbuckle smash, and another 3 points for Copacetic here for a flying bulldog. And now we go to the TV grade. That's going to go to Hank McPhee, 1 point for a fall-away slam. Is Hank McPhee powerful? He is not. Let's flip that deck over one more time. But Copacetic's not mean. We're going to go on. Neither one has the cheap quality here. And then the Smart. It's this time, though, Hank McPhee is the trailing wrestler, so he's going to get 3 points for a super kick. Is Hank McPhee heavy? He is not. We'll flip it around. Copacetic does not have an object. To another action card. Specialty. Again, it's going to go to Hank McPhee being the trailer. He hits the fiddle sticker on Copacetic for 2 points there. And once again, he gets another 2 points for the lightning bolt. So Hank McPhee's coming back in this match. Doesn't look good here for Copacetic. Neither one is heavy. And so back to the specialty. Again, Hank McPhee, the trailing wrestler here. So another 2 points, and he's going to go for the first pin attempt. 11 to 43, since it is on a chip 23. Copacetic kicks out at 1. So here we go. But it's a comeback surge by Copacetic. It's a D6 roll. It's going to be 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're at the finisher. The angled reverse figure 4 leg lock, 11 to 25. He's going to strap it on there. But oh my, it is a 20. It is a 62. So that's not going to get the job done. Hank McPhee is able to break the hold, and we move on in this match. And now we go to mean. No one is mean here. And we're going to go to TV grade. That's going to be Hank McPhee. Once again, 1 point for a gut buster and another pin attempt. And so, but again, Copacetic's going to kick out, but he is severely weakened from that. So now we get to agile. Both of them are agile. Copacetic is trailing. So 3 points for him, and now he gets his first pin attempt. And so it's going to be 1. But we got the 43, 4-2. So Hank McPhee is going to kick out of that one, and we move on. The smart quality, both of them are smart, and so Copacetic is trailing in this situation, so 3 big points. He's going to strap on that leg lock one more time. And again, though, Hank McPhee is going to break that hold. So Copacetic putting up a pretty good showing here, but can't seem to finish him off. So here's Hank McPhee. He gets another TV move with a toe hold, and now we are going to go to a real pin attempt. It's D, downgraded 2 slots to an F. So he needs an 11 here. Probably not going to get it. There's 1. There is 2. And there is 3 by the slimmest of margins. But Hank McPhee is going to be your winner in our opening contest today. So Copacetic is laying in defeat. Who knows what he's thinking now? I mean, his future in the OSWA could be in jeopardy here in the coming weeks. Let's go to the post-match and see what happens there. Ooh, it is going to be a 6. And so the heel Hank McPhee won. So we're going to go to highlight reel U for this and see what happens there. So here's highlight reel U. And we'll roll our dice here, and it's going to be a 13. Uh-oh, wait a minute. The decision has been changed to a no decision when the heel inadvertently reveals an illegal tactic to the referee. So probably on that toe hold, he was probably holding the tights, and then Croc Wilson pointed the referee out to it. So this match has now been changed to a no contest. So the commissioner is not really too happy about the outcome there. Who knows what that's going to mean for Copacetic next week. But as it stands, it says this match is officially a no contest. Copacetic survives his first in-ring test, and he's 1 step closer to meeting the commissioner at OSWA Revenge. We'll be back with more old school wrestling right after this timeout.
If you like what you see here, you can order your own copy of Face to the Mat by going to the play.com website. Face to the Mat Pro Wrestling game is available for sale, and you can also get wrestling cards as well. I use the 70s WAF set for my federation, but they also have 80 stars, 90 stars, and they also have current wrestling stars that are based after real life professional wrestlers of today. And new card sets are made about every 2 years, so you can always keep your wrestling federation fresh. Once again, that's Face to the Mat from play.com. Order your copy today.
Our next match here on Old School Wrestling is a tag team match. It is scheduled for 1 fall. Team number 1 already inside of the ring. Introducing first from Seattle, Washington, weighing in at 215 pounds. This is Tread Whitewall. And his tag team partner hails from Carmack, New York, 275 pounds. This is the Wrestling Rabbi, Sherman Finkelstein. And their opponents in this match are accompanied to the ring by Yefeni El Akid. Introducing first from Tuba City, Arizona, weighing in at 245 pounds. This is Chief Wahoo. And his tag team partner from New Orleans, Louisiana, 300 pounds even. This is Captain Black. So, the newest recruit of Yefeni El Akid's anti-American crusade. Captain Black teaming up with Chief Wahoo in this particular matchup. So we're going to go ahead and go to the pre-match, see what happens here. Highlight Reel O is what we're going to be reading off of. 63, the commissioner TV interview criticism of the favored wrestler provokes blistering, salting response, increased the favored wrestler's grudge grades by 3 points. Okay, again, the commissioner is, it's hard to tell what side the commissioner is on, except for the fact that he just likes to antagonize everybody. But apparently he says something derogatory to the heel team in this matchup, so they're going to get some grudge grade points. So they're each going to get 3. So that takes care of that pre-match. Eugenio Aikid, he is the Hotbox ally in this match, so he will go back up there. And we are ready to start match number 2. So it's going to be Chief Wahoo and the Wrestling Rabbi first up here. And right away, we're going to go to TV grade, and that's going to go to Chief Wahoo. He takes 1 point for a fall-away slam. Let's see if a tag is made. Yes, there is a tag, so in comes Captain Black. And so from there, we're going to go to the sheet quality. Neither wrestler has sheet. We're going to go to the mean quality. Captain Black has mean, so that's 3 more points for Captain's team for a human torture rack. And we're going to get a tag out of it, and Chief Wahoo gets tagged back in. So, is Chief Wahoo powerful? He's powerful, but only on a square. So we're going to turn things around here. Is the Wrestling Rabbi mean? Nope. So we're just going to move on. And we're going to go to the wild card chart for the next one. So we go to the tag team section of the wild card. And we'll roll our dice and look at the favorite team's qualities. 22. Is there a cheat in Chief Wahoo? There is not. So the match is stopped for a rules violation. Wrestler loses 1 point as the team regroups. Let's see if the Wrestling Rabbi can take advantage and make a tag. And yes, he does. And in will come Tread Whitewall. And we will go on. Favorite category. Neither one is favorite. The strong. Wahoo is strong on a circle. So he's going to get 3 points for an overhead press slam. Is he going to make a tag? Yes, he will. And so it'll go back to Captain Black. And so is Captain Black strong? He sure is for another point for a clubbing blow. Let's see if they make another tag. They will not this time. We will go on. Powerful. Captain Black is powerful, but only on a circle. Tread Whitewall, not powerful. So we're going to move on there. And so we'll go to the favorite category. Neither one is favorite. And we're going to go to the specialty. So this will check both wrestlers since neither one scored on the last card. Tread is trailing, so we have his evade for 1 point. Is that enough to make a tag? No, it's not. He still stays in there. Favorite category, neither one is favorite. The smart, neither one is smart. The cheat, neither one has cheat. Who will in effect? The 6th roll. 5 big points for Captain Black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're at our first pin attempt. So Captain Black with the pin attempt on Tread Whitewall, but Tread Whitewall kicks out at 1. Let's see if there's a tag made. And yes, Captain Black will tag out the Chief Wahoo here. And so we go to the mean category. Neither one is mean. We go to heavy. Neither one is heavy. TV grade, that's going to go to Chief Wahoo. 1 point here for a jumping kick and another pin attempt. 11-43 since it's on a chip. But Tread Whitewall again kicks out, but he is severely weakened at this point. So we'll see if there's a tag coming up here to Captain Black. And actually, it is going to be a double team attempt. Wahoo and Black do a double team and score an extra point. And because it's on a pin space, it's going to be another pin attempt. So he was already at a knee. We're just going to say he kicks out at Snake Eyes. So there's 1, and there is 2. And will it be 3? Yes, it will be 3. So a fairly easy victory there for Captain Black and Chief Wahoo. Their debut as a tag team here in the OSWA. The post-match role is going to go to Highlight Reel X. So let's go ahead and go there right now. So Highlight Reel X. Get on the correct page for it. Here we go. So with that, it's a 42. The Hotbox ally of the winning wrestler, ticked off by the TV analyst's comments, increased the ally's grudge grade by 1 point. And of course, the ally is Defenio Akib, the leader of the anti-American crusade. He's basically mad about everything. And so his grudge grade is going to go up 1. So now it's going to become a 2. So he stands triumphantly with his compatriots in the ring. Your winner of this match, Captain Black and Chief Wahoo. We'll get the ring set up for the Ringside Lounge in just a moment. You are watching Old School Wrestling exclusively on Imagine Sport. Once again, it's time to close those shades as we present to you another installment of the Ringside Lounge. And as always, our host of the Ringside Lounge is Copacetic, fresh off of his survival against Hank McPhee earlier in the show. Copacetic is thanking the fans and bragging about his performance. Let's see who his guest is going to be here today on the Ringside Lounge. It's going to be 33. It's going to be the wrestler with a match later in the show. So with that, we're going to have Steve America come out. He's going to be going for the television title here in just a few moments against the man called Z. So Steve America, guest today on the Ringside Lounge. So let's go ahead and see what happens with Highlight Reel I. It's going to be a 32. Uh-oh. The commissioner appears. Oh boy, now what's going to happen here? So the commissioner appears and orders a match between the guest and the host. And so the guest makes a heel or face turn if applicable. So basically, the commissioner is saying here, all right, Copacetic, you have had your fun, you thought you're so smart. Well, let's see, if Steve America has his TV title match, but I'll tell you what, if you want an opportunity at something, if Steve America wins, let's see you battle it out for the television title next week against him. And if he doesn't win, if Z remains on top, then you're going to take on Z for the TV title. How about that? So next week's television title match is going to be set here on Old School Wrestling. Copacetic is going to take on the winner of our next bout between Z and Steve America. We'll see how that plays out. We'll get to that bout in just a moment. You're watching Old School Wrestling right here on Match. And what a turn of events that was in the Ringside Lounge, as Copacetic now finds himself in a television title match on our next show. Seems to me that the commissioner is really trying to see Copacetic get officially defeated to give him a reason to fire him so he doesn't have to face him at OSWA Revenge. Time will tell if that event will actually happen. Speaking of OSWA Revenge, as announced before, that is episode 14 in this series. And the main event has been announced. The OSWA World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. And of course, at this point, the Lobster Man still has that belt. As far as his opponent, there will be a #1 contenders match on episode 11. So not the next show, but the show after that. Two men will face off. We'll hear what two men they are on our next show. But then on the following show, those two men will collide. Winner of that will take on the Lobster Man, at least at this point, it's the Lobster Man, for the OSWA World Heavyweight Championship. Again, that's going to be the main event for OSWA revenge. Speaking of title matches, it's about time for our television title match between the man called Z and Steve America. So let's go to the ring and catch that action. And our next bout here in Old School Wrestling is for the OSWA Television Championship. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challenger from Griffin, Georgia, weighing in at 275 pounds. This is Steve America. And his opponent hails from El Centro, California, weighing in at 255 pounds. He is the reigning and defending OSWA Television Champion. This is the man called Z. So Z with his first OSWA TV title defense today against Steve America. And the pre-match role is going to go to Highlight Reel R. So from there, it's going to be a 25. The heel falls for the face ruse and reduce the heel grudge grade by 1 point. So that's interesting. So Z's grudge grade here is going to decrease from a 3 to a 2. A little bit of overconfidence, perhaps? We will soon find out. So, as you can see, this is what it's for right here, the OSWA Television Championship. So, referee with final instructions and call for the bell, and here we go with our title match. And what do you know, first card is grudge. That's going to go to Steve America. And that is going to be 3 points for a hip toss power slam. Does Steve America have the cheat quality? He does not. So we're going to go to favorite. Z is not a favorite. We're going to move on. But Z is the trailing wrestler, so he's going to get 3 points for a reverse and pile driver. Uh-oh, we have a ref bump. We have a ref bump here in this television title match. And so let's go to Highlight Reel K and see how that is going to play out. It's going to be a 52. The trailing wrestler uses the ref as a shield. The ref is KO'd. The match continues restless for the next 2D facts, and the trailing wrestler benefits. So Steve America showing a little bit of heelish quality there. So for the next 5 fast action cards, there will be no ref, and the trailing wrestler benefits. He can get outside help from allies. He scores a D6 extra point on any scoring move from the fact card. Oh boy. So 5 moves. So here's number 1 without a ref, the smart quality. They're both smart, but since Steve America is trailing, he's going to get the 2 points here, plus he's going to get another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. So refless fact number 2, the quick quality. And so Steve America is quick, so he's going to get 2, and he's going to get another 5, and that's going to go with a finisher. But guess what? There's no ref around, so we'll just put him right back to the square there. No ref fact number 3, the helped category. So we're going to get Quang Choi, which is his ally, down here to help. So let's go ahead and let's see. And we'll go to, well, he would probably be best be served with the G highlight reel. So we'll go to that. Again, the ref is knocked out here. We have total bedlam, 13. Opponent tosses wrestler from the ring. Gang members toss opponent from ring. Match continues in the spectator area. Double all points total from the fast action cards the rest of the match. So this has completely broken down. So every card from here on out is going to be double points. Plus, Steve America will get dice rolls too for the next 2 fast action cards that the ref's knocked out. Here's no ref fact number 4, the mean category. That's going to be Z actually. So he's going to get 6 since points are doubled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finally, number 5, quick. Steve America's quick only on a circle. Z is not quick. So the ref has come to, and he is back into this match, but still with the bedlam that we have right now, we're still doubling all point totals. So now we go back to mean, and Z is mean, so he gets 4 points. So he's actually going to get the first pin attempt here. And so it's going to be 1, remember, 11 to 43 since it's on a chip. And so he kicked out. I think he kicked out at the last one. But nonetheless, Steve America did kick out, and we are going to move on. Is he a favorite? He is not. But is Steve America going to be helped? Well, he was helped when the referee was knocked out, but that kind of goes away because of the fact that the ref is now come to. They don't want any shenanigans here, so we're just going to move on. So now back to the favorite category. Neither one is favorite. Neither one is helped in this situation. And we go to the trailing wrestler, Steve America, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. And so he's going to get a pin attempt here. And so it is kicked out easily, though, by the man called Z. So getting down to the wire here. Now we're going to go to a grudge. That's going to go to Steve America. And now he has a chance for his finisher once again, the national headbutt. And it's going to be 11 to 33. Will we have a new champion? Yes, we will. 1, 2, and 3. And Steve America is your brand new OSWA television champion by pinfall. So the reign of the man called Z is short-lived here in the OSWA, as we have a brand new champion. Highlight Reel O is where we're going to go for the post-match festivities here, and it's a 51. The Hotbox ally of the underdog wrestler boils over hearing unflattering comments in the TV interview, charges into camera view, and attacks the favored wrestler, increase the allies' grudge grade. So Quang Choi comes out and he attacks Z, and so he gets some more grudge grade points, as if he doesn't have enough already. He was at a 10, now he is at a 12, and the fans are just eating it up here. And the commissioner has to be steaming in the back. His handpicked champion Z gets ousted in his first title defense. So your new OSWA television champion is Steve America. And we'll return to Old School Wrestling right after this timeout. So congratulations to Steve America as he captures the OSWA television championship from the man called Z. And so wondering how the commissioner feels about that. As you recall, the commissioner has named Z his guy, and now his guy has just gone down to defeat. So Steve America is now your new title holder. However, I just received word in the back that Steve America and the commissioner were talking for a pretty long time. So who knows what ramifications are going to come from that. Again, time will tell. Speaking of champions, as you recall in initiation, the Lobster Man captured the OSWA World Heavyweight Championship from the Steamroller Kevin Linton. And so, of course, everybody wanted to hear about Lobster Man's reactions, how he feels about winning the championship. So now let's go to some pre-recorded comments that the Lobster Man had about his title victory from earlier today. You know, a lot of people are asking me, Lobster Man, what does it feel to win the World Heavyweight Championship? I ain't gonna lie, it feels pretty good having this thing around my waist or over my shoulder, or however I feel like holding it. So everybody's asking, what's next for the Lobster Man? What's next for the Lobster Man? Well, I'll tell you what's next for the Lobster Man. As I said before, I've came to the OSWA for 2 things: to win titles and to get paid. Winning titles? Check. The getting paid part? Well, you don't get paid by sitting around petting kitty cats. No, sir. So anybody wants a piece of me, anybody wants to try to get this World Heavyweight Championship away from me, well, come on down, my friend. Come on down. I'd be more than happy to beat the living snot out of you and get paid. That's right. Wait, what are you doing here, Elder? Oh, Lobster Man. Lobster Man. You and I both know that Kevin Linton should still be the OSWA champion. Is that right? Oh, yes, you know that's right. You remember what happened in the steel cage. The referee got incapacitated. As a matter of fact, you actually hit him at one point, and it didn't disqualify you. Why? I have no idea, but be that as it may. All right, you have the belt now. So what? It's only going to be a matter of time before it's back in the blue collar mafia where it belongs. As a matter of fact, next week on our next show in the main event, remember what's happening, don't you? Well, I'll humor you. Remind me, what's happening? Well, it's going to be a tag team match as you and supposedly you have a partner somewhere. It's going to take on the Steamroller and Mr. Everything. Now, if memory serves me correctly, I think the two of them did a number on you in an earlier show, did they not? And they beat the living snot out of you and left you laying in the middle of the ring. And let me tell you something, the same thing's going to happen this time. Because let's face it, Lobster Man, you have no friends. There is no one back there in the locker room that would even think about teaming with you. So once again, it's going to be 2-on-1, and you and I both know 2's greater than 1. The numbers don't lie. And when it's all said and done, the blue collar mafia will have their way with you once again. Is that right? Well, Elder, for once in your life, you are actually right about something. I don't have any friends in that locker room. And you know what? That's fine with me. But just because I don't have any friends doesn't mean I don't have a partner. We'll see you on the next show. So how do you like that? We do have a main event for our next episode of Old School Wrestling. So on one side, you'll have the Blue Collar Mafia team of Kevin Linton and Mr. Everything. On the other side, it's going to be the Lobster Man and a mystery partner. Now, who that partner is, we have no idea. You're going to find out just as we will whenever that main event comes around on our next show. Speaking of main events, Tag Team Championship on the line right now. The Good Old Boys against another Blue Collar Mafia team, Nick Kanicki, Dan Hammer. All seconds barred from ringside. Let's go to the ring for our main event. And today's main event here on Old School Wrestling is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the OSWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. They represent the Blue Collar Mafia from South Toledo, Ohio, weighing in 300 pounds. This is Nick Kanicki. And his partner is from Beardsley, Georgia, 285 pounds, Dan Hammer. And their opponents from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Sparksville, Indiana, respectively, with a total combined weight of 570 pounds. Rayad Hargis and Haystacks Hill, the defending OSWA World Tag Team Champions, the Good Old Boys. So all four men are here, and they are in the ring. This is a rematch from Initiation. And the stipulation is that neither Gaylord T. Good for the Good Old Boys or Roger Elder for the Blue Collar Mafia side are allowed at ringside here in this match. And it's a grudge match too, so TV grades are on the line as well as the tag team belts. And so for pre-match, we're going to go to highlight reel O and 53. The Hot Box ally of the underdog wrestler offers disarming comments. Reduce the ally and the underdog grudge grades by 1 point. So Mr. Everything has come out with Kanicki and Hammer, and he says, don't worry, guys, you got this. So with that, they are going to be reduced. So Mr. Everything is not going to have any grudge at this time. He goes from a 1 to a 0. Hammer goes from a 7 to a 6. And then finally, Nicky is going to be lowered as well. He's going to be going down to a 2. Actually, I should say he was a 2. And now he's going to go down to a 1. All right. So we'll see how that plays out here. And so this is what they are for, the OSWA World Tag Team Championships. The referee puts the belt at the side, calls for the bell, and our World Tag Team title match is underway with Powerful being the first check, and that's going to go to Dan Hammer, and 3 big points for Hammer for his Cobra Clutch Bulldog. Does he get the tag? Yes, he gets the tag, and he gets a double team point as well, as Hammer and Kaneki will do a double team move on Haystacks Hill. And we go to the next action card. Smart. Nick Kaneki is smart on a circle, so that is another point for a nice evasive tactic. And so let's see if we get another tag, and we do. And Dan Hammer will get back into the match. Strong start from the challengers here. Oh, wild card time. So we're going to go to the tag team section of the wild card chart. And here we are. And remember, we're looking at the favored team's quality. We go to 53. So is Haystacks Hill quick? He certainly is not. He's unable to get out of the way of the slingshot move. Bam! Dan Hammer will score a point there. And so he's not going to tag. Hill and Hammer are going to stay in the ring. And so we have the mean quality. Hammer's mean everywhere. 3 points right there for a Cobra Clutch Slam. But we have a hot tag going on here. Haystacks Hill escapes and tags in Big Ray Ed Hargis. And that was a much needed tag here. So back to mean though, and that is actually going to go to Dan Hammer. He scores a point and he puts on a submission hold. Ray Ed Hargis is strong though, so 1 to 4, and Hargis is going to be able to break the hold, and he does rather easily. But let's see if Hammer can get that tag, and he does. And now Nick Kaneki is back. And this has been a clinic so far for the Blue Collar Mafia team. But we have the heavy category. Both of them are heavy, but Ray Ed is the trailing wrestler, so he's going to get a point. And we'll see, but he is not able to get the tag to Haystacks Hill. But he's going to come back with his specialty, the down home welcome, where he tosses his opponent out of the ring. 4 big points right there for Ray Ed to get himself slowly back in this match. And then a double team for Haystacks Hill puts them even closer. And again, they needed that. But Haystacks Hill does not have the cheat quality. So we're going to see, is Nick Kaneki quick? He is on a circle. So it's going to be 3 points here for a step over armbar. And better yet, it's going to be a pin attempt on Haystacks Hill. 11 to 43 needed to kick out. Haystacks Hill kicks out easily. Let's check for a tag here. And no, what? Another hot tag. Haystacks Hill gets out of the way, and that's huge because Haystacks Hill has a chip on him right now. So now we go to object. Kaneki does not have an object, and neither does Ray Ed Hargis. We're going to flip another action card. Oh, signature move if the wrestler scored on the last batch action card. So nobody did, so we're just going to go ahead and go here. And now we're back to specialty. And since Ray Ed Hargis is neither wrestler scored, Ray Ed Hargis is trailing. So we're going to go with, again, down home welcome. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we put them back in the ring. And we're going to go for a pinfall here. Oh, 1. Again, we need a 43. But Nick Kaneki kicks out at 2. So let's see if there's a tag here. Again, this is anybody's match, and the tag is made to Haystacks Hill. And now we go to Smart. Nick Kaneki is smart, but only on a circle. Haystacks Hill not smart, so we're going to have to move on here. And we go to Grudge. Haystacks Hill has that Grudge. There's 1 point for a hair pull takedown and another pin attempt on the chip. There's 1. And that is a little bit off the dice tower, so we will roll it again. And there's the kick out at 2. So it's coming down to the wire here between Hill and Kaneki. Will there be a tag for Haystacks Hill? Nope, hot tag for Kaneki. He tags in Hammer. and they're going to get a point out of it, and Hammer's going to get a pill attempt on Haystacks Hill. B goes down to a C, and so it's 11-23 needed to kick out. 25, ooh, that's 1, and that's 2, and that is 3. And ladies and gentlemen, we have new World Tag Team Champions without the help of Roger Elder, I might add. And those new champions are going to be Nick Kanicki and Dan Hammer of the Blue Collar Mafia. So with that in mind, the Blue Collar Mafia come out to celebrate. And I'm sure that Roger Elder's going to be out here somewhere. Let's get his card out here as well. And let's go ahead and do post-match, shall we? Highlight Reel X for that. And so with that, 22 is going to take us to Highlight Reel Y. And a 43, the Hotbox Ally, the winning wrestler, comes up with an ingenious scheme to knock the defeated wrestler down a notch, reduce the defeated wrestler's TV grade by 1 letter grade. Oh boy, so not only do the good old boys get broken down because they lost the grudge challenge, remember that, okay, so Kanicki and Hammer are going to get theirs upgraded, but Red and Hargis and Hill are not going to go down 1 TV grade, they're going to go down 2 TV grades, so both of them are going to be D's, and then Kanicki and Hammer are going to get theirs upgraded. So let's go ahead and do that right now. B to a D for Ray Ed Hargis, and B to a D for Haystacks Hill. What a turn of events that was. You know, Mr. Everything, by the way, was the Hotbox Ally for Kanicki and Hammer in this matchup. So Nick Kanicki's grade is going to jump from a B to an A for winning the grudge match challenge. And Dan Hammer is going to go from a C to a B. So there you have it here on Old School Wrestling. Your new OSWA World Tag Team Champions are Nick Kanicki and Dan Hammer from the Blue Collar Mafia. You've been watching Old School Wrestling here on Magic Sport. Let's go back to the studio for a wrap-up of today's show. And as you just saw, once again, the Blue Collar Mafia has control of a championship as Nick Kanicki and Dan Hammer defeated the good old boys in the middle of the ring to win the OSWA World Tag Team titles. As you saw, the rest of the Blue Collar Mafia, Roger Elder, they are ecstatic. They are back on top again, and who knows where this will lead. We will find out in the coming shows. Speaking of coming shows, that's it for this one. Now on to our next episode of Old School Wrestling, and here's what we have in store for you. The newcomer, the Freight Train, Jerry Wayne, will be in action on our next show. We're going to have another rematch from Initiation as Croc Wilson and Hank McPhee will go at it once again. As you saw earlier, Croc got involved in Hank McPhee's match with Copacetic, and that kind of upset Hank a little bit. So these two are going to try to resolve things next week here on the program. It is a grudge match. TV grades will be on the line. OSWA Television Championship will be decided on the next show. Steve America defends against Copacetic. And once again, in our main event, it is a grudge tag team challenge. Once again, TV grades are on the line. The Blue Collar Mafia team of the Steamroller, Kevin Linton and Mr. Everything. They are going to be taking on the OSWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Lobster Man, and a mystery partner. That's our main event on our next show. Once again, thank you everyone for watching this week's edition of Old School Wrestling. This is Derek Jones saying thanks again for your support of this channel. Have a great rest of your day, and most of all, keep on rolling. We'll see you next time.